Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Parents Game Guide with a new camera angle and a new background. As always, I'm your host Tyler, and today we are going to be talking about Journey. No, not that Journey. No copyright strikes today. The 2012 indie video game called Journey. I will be going over a basic overview of the game, the story and its content, and at the end I will be sharing my perspective from a gamer's point of view. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel and ring that little bell to be notified of any future reviews and guides that I will be posting in the future. To those already subscribed, thank you so much for supporting this channel. It truly does mean the world to me. Now let's dive into the experience that is Journey. Journey was co-developed by two companies, Santa Monica Studio and That Game Company. Yes, that's the actual name of the company. It was published by Sony Computer Entertainment for the PlayStation 3 in 2012, with later ports coming to PlayStation 4, PC, which were published by Annapurna Interactive, and iOS. It is rated E for everyone, with the descriptor of mild fantasy violence attached to it. I would also add the descriptor of players interact, as there is an option to join other players on the journey. If you would like me to go more in detail on that, there is a video, either might pop up here or in this corner, that will lead you to my video about the ESRB ratings. The storyline of Journey is pretty straightforward. You start as a nameless cloaked traveler in a vast desert. Upon cresting a dune, you are presented with a large mountain in the distance with a beam of light coming from a crack in the center, a la this. This is your destination, and your only real clear bit of direction in the game. You'll travel across sandy hills, ancient ruins, and snowy vistas to achieve your goal, collecting little glowing symbols that add length to your scarf and subsequently your ability to float longer distances. Along the way, there will be murals of an old civilization that has somehow collapsed into ruin, giving the player a small piece of backstory for this land with every picture that they discover. At certain points in the game, you will run across giant stone creatures that you must avoid, and smaller beings that are willing to help you. Every interactable being, except for the stone creatures, appears to be made out of tapestry, floating on the wind. Upon arriving at the mountain, the player struggles to ascend, as they now must battle wind and frigid temperatures. Before they can summit the mountain, the player collapses, unable to overcome the elements. Glowing white figures revive the traveler, and a beautiful score plays as you soar through the last minutes of the game, finally reaching the summit of the mountain. That's it. That's literally the whole game. Beautiful, stunning, short, sweet, to the point. As this game is very minimalistic and simple, the content of the game also follows suit. There is absolutely no dialogue, so language is not a concern in this game. The only violence that happens is when the stone creatures come after you, but there's no blood, and as far as I have been able to tell, there is no way for your character to die. Death is represented in the game, but it is possible to make it through without that subject coming to the forefront, as it is told in the murals that you'll come across. There is also a multiplayer aspect, but it is completely anonymous, and the only way for players to communicate with each other is through the characters' little musical chirps. This game also isn't very long. It can be completed and finished in about 2 hours, depending on how focused you can be. Now for some personal thoughts about the game. When I first played Journey, I didn't quite get it. I spent too much focus trying to figure out the little puzzles and looking for any secrets the developers might have put in there, that I actually missed the game. In Journey, there are no specific quests that are given to you, there aren't any other people you can talk to, and the only thing that is made clear is this mountain that is looming over you in the distance. So I went through the game as if it was a checklist of puzzles to solve and areas to get through, and I didn't really take the time to appreciate what the game was trying to get me to do, which was enjoy the journey. And that's really the premise of the game for me, is to stand as a metaphor for life. The developers have left it as a kind of art piece meant to be experienced, but completely open to interpretation. There are other game reviewers on YouTube who have cried upon completing the game, stating that it was a very deeply spiritual moment. And it hasn't just been gamers who have been praising it. Mainstream journalists have also been taking note. Publications like The New Yorker, Entertainment Weekly, and The Guardian all have reviews about Journey, which I'll be linking in the description. The soundtrack was even nominated for a Grammy Award, and in my opinion, it's a really great soundtrack for some nice, easy Sunday listening. I'll also be including the Spotify and Apple Music link down in the description as well. And that is Journey. It's a bit of a shorter review for a really short game. Even though it was short, I do hope this review was informative, and I hope you check out the game as well. It really is a masterpiece, stunningly beautiful. It's a really great game to kind of dig into people's interpretations of it and see what they appreciate about it. As always, if you haven't already, please give this video a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future reviews. Don't worry, I will be doing reviews on newer games soon, I promise. There's one that I have my eye on. And I already have another review in the works, so it shouldn't be too long before the next one comes out. Anyway, please be good to yourselves as always, and I will see you in the next video.